It was in the early hours, the 4th anniversary of September 11th, security forces around the world were on highest possible alert for any terrorist attacks. A joint operation involving Special Branch, MI5, Her Majesty's Custom and Excise and European intelligence agencies had tracked the vehicle as it made its way through Europe to Britain. As the vehicle entered the Dover docks, the security services pounced. For many it would be the highlight of their career, the moment that defined them, the moment they would never forget. The two men on board never knew what hit them. They offered no resistance when confronted. This was welcome news for the nervous police officers, as they wanted to go to bed early, to be thoroughly refreshed for their gender awareness course in the morning. The security services impounded the vehicle and discovered material that would shock and haunt even the most seasoned officer. Inside were 60,000 copies of Freedom. This is the newspaper published by the British National Party. The edition contained horrific stories of children playing on a bouncy castle at a summer festival. Also equally as shocking were stories of people enjoying a non-vegetarian barbecue, an event which is believed to have been attended by Nick Griffin. This is the man currently on trial for warning that Islamic terrorists would blow up tube trains and buses in London. Mr. Griffin nastily suggested that MI5 and Special Branch should have done more to stop the London terrorist attacks, in which only 52 members of the public died.
But as I say, Bakri can say what he likes. We're the ones who are in court under a law which says that telling the truth is a crime, and that's a bad law which we're going to defy and oppose.
How are you going to defy it, Griffin?
We're going to have nearly 3 weeks in court when we're going to play to the jury the tapes of what I said. The Crown Prosecution Service just a few weeks ago was saying that I was wrong when I warned that sooner or later terrorist bombs would go off in Britain, that if they did it would turn out that they were planted either by asylum seekers or, quote, second generation Pakistanis from somewhere like Bradford, unquote. I was 8.5 miles out. I plead guilty to that anyway. But I went on to say that when those bombs went off, they would probably be in London, they would probably hit the tube and the buses, and for that the Crown Prosecution Service say I should be in prison. I say all I said was I told the truth, and we're going to run that past the jury, and I think that we'll be found not guilty by a British jury.
Later that day I spoke to Mr. Walker from the British National Party. I asked him about his newspaper Freedom, and this is what he had to say.
We're here outside Dover Police Station tonight, after having made arrangements with Special Branch officers to attend the police station so that we can ask them questions about the reasons why the British National Party paper, The Voice of Freedom, has been seized at the port of entry. On arrival at the police station, I asked for the Special Branch officer concerned. They've basically kept us waiting here for 25 minutes outside the police station, only to be told that they had nothing further to say and that we should attend Dover Police and speak to Special Branch tomorrow morning. Basically, the officer concerned wasn't available as arranged. I spoke to another Special Branch detective sergeant who had had a conversation with the editor of Voice of Freedom, Martin Wingfield, basically saying there was nothing further to add and that if we came back tomorrow they would then be willing to answer our questions. Basically, I feel that they have realised they've made a mistake. The officer that spoke to me on the telephone this evening whilst I was waiting outside the station also admitted to me that they'd been monitoring the BNP website and had noticed that the current edition of Freedom, which is in question, the one that's been seized, has actually been produced up on the BNP website. So they're obviously monitoring the situation, monitoring what we've been saying on our website, and I get the feeling that they're now having second thoughts, that they've actually made a huge mistake in seizing this paper, because basically they haven't accused the British National Party, the editor of the paper, of committing any crime or act. The security forces this weekend have completely taken their eye off the ball, and God forbid that we hope that no serious terrorist groups have actually slipped in whilst the security services, the police force and Special Branch have been wasting taxpayers' money and police investigation time on persecuting what is a perfectly legitimate publication from a perfectly legitimate, bona fide, registered political party. It's an absolute disgrace, and I'm sure that these actions will rebound on the security services and the government establishment in general.